Good evening, guys. Here, Casper. Monday evening. The markets have just closed roughly 1 hour ago, and we will do the daily update, the daily scoreboard for commodities, and we have a Twitter recap, and then we'll look into what news or data that comes out tomorrow that might have some influence. So yeah, with that said, follow me here, guys, both Twitter, YouTube, all that good stuff. If you like what you see, give me a follow. Highly appreciate it. And with that said, we need to see what happened today. Silver down roughly 2%. It's the Dixie, as we're coming to, is down, and the 10-year is not, is barely green. So it is a big surprise that we actually came down this far. Bit of a nasty candle, to be honest, that we are forming on the weekly now. But again, the week is still young. So gold is only down 0.20%. Still within our blue bull flag here. So that is still very promising until proven otherwise. That is the pole, and you have the flag here. And if we get that break, if weekly closes above that 2065-ish, that's where we want to be. That's really where we want to be, and then we want to stay there just to confirm that breakout. Gold to silver ratio here is actually, I want to go to the daily on this one. Big green candle here again, getting up to the shoulder and the head highs here. If we get above that head and shoulders, then there is definitely more pain for the miners in general, that's for sure. That big retest is the big one here that we're coming into, and we're having a pretty high bounce for now. The Dixie down 0.20%. So basically there is a lot of lines on here, I know, but we broke that yellow uptrend here, and it has been down ever since. If this one gives in the big, between 103.4 to 103.6, it's definitely going to visit that mega lower trend line here at roughly 102.7. So yeah, and we're also back below again, 30 weekly. So again, there is some pressure on the Dixie here. Still very early stuff, but that's also why I'm a bit confused that the metals are down so big. But maybe Bitcoin here can give us a clue why. It's definitely having a great day. The 10-year rate's up 0.7%. Nothing big, no major breakouts or anything right now. We're completely in a range ever since roughly 14 days ago. The dollar here, excuse me, the USD WTI, that's oil. Still, we want to get above that neckline. Then we have a big measured move for oil, and we need to get above roughly, let's call it 79. Also here for platinum, this is the first clear possible bottoming pattern that we are forming on the daily, a potential inverted head and shoulder. So if we can break that neckline here and getting above again the upper wedge trend line here, that's a major win for palladium. It's down 2% today, but as mentioned, it's the first real bottoming pattern that I've seen in a long time. So again, let's see where this ends up. Again, palladium has come down very far, from 3,400 down to below 1,000. That's an insane move, really. Platinum also getting one to the chin here today, down 2.5%, still within our overall picture. But again, we really want to see platinum getting some green bars in here very shortly. Nothing new here, really, even though we're down 1.5% for copper. We're still within the range of 3.5 and 4. On a note, you can see here we have that triangle here coming all the way out and then extended it. And you can see here we're actually bouncing between those lines. That's quite remarkable, really, to having that bounce between those lines, even though we have left the apex. So yeah, but nothing major here. 1.5% for nat gas. That in the bigger scheme of things doesn't mean anything. The TTF, that is the Dutch natural gas, up 5%. I want to show you a trend line here that's coming across. That's a big support for now. Big support, double bottom. There's a lot of potentials here in play. Obviously, getting below that would be very bearish for the Dutch natural gas. But for now, it is a double bottom at huge support. 1.5% Coal here is also again getting a bounce here up 3% today, but in the overall scheme of things, it hasn't broken any big structures just yet. Bitcoin, we came here to Bitcoin up 5.5% today at roughly, let's call it 55,000 here for Bitcoin. A massive day, massive day. Massive day for Bitcoin, actually. It's really, really strong still. 30 weekly is coming up nicely. So yeah, nothing major here. We are getting some divergence here on the daily, but again, divergence doesn't mean that much really. Sometimes it has a clue, but you shouldn't put much into it. Uranium spot price had that range between roughly 100 to 106, and now we have dropped down to what we have. We are down to 95.96, let's call it 96 at the moment here. So we are getting a bit of a dip here, but we were pretty extended to the 30 weekly. We also had a massive run up. So yeah, it's still, you know, nothing to worry about. We're only pulling back here, what, 10% or so? Yeah, 10%. So still totally fine. Sugar is up 2.5% today. Ever since we bounced off that golden trend line and retested that green resistance now, we have actually bull flagging. Not the prettiest one of them all, but still there is some potential more upside if we can start to break that more to the upside. 0.1% for soybeans, nothing new really. We are still heavily bearish on that. Gold to M2 money supply. Obviously down today, given the fact that gold is down. But we are actually now forming this blue, it's now blue, triangle here, above a 30 weekly moving average here. And again, this one could be, it's definitely more bullish than bearish. We are in an uptrend, and we are in a squeeze right here. So that breakout here could probably also mean that we're breaking above. It will mean that we break above that 2065 on the dollar. So one to look for here, silver again overall against M2 money supply. We're above our major long-term golden support and resistance trend line here. And with a very, for now at least, a beautiful inverted head and shoulders. But yeah, we're down 2% today, given the fact that silver is also down roughly 2%. So that makes total sense. So that's it. We will quickly go to what data to look for tomorrow. And I've just skimmed it very quickly here. I think here at 3 o'clock my time, that's, you know, half an hour before the markets open, we have where is that? I want to find it here. Did I miss something? Excuse me, here it was durable goods that I want to show. That might have something to move the markets. That's, you know, orders coming in. Again, these are not the ones that I'm looking at. I have a few that I'm looking at each week. This one has, you know, a minor impact on especially the Dixie rates. And then here for us commodity investors, we have the oil crude stock coming in after hours actually. But again, that could move the oil market, and that could actually be when we finally get above that neckline, depending on the data coming in, obviously. So here we have we want to find the messages here. Bookmarks, almost, excuse me, there we are. So a bit of a messy one there. Borak here with Pepe, that is a crypto coin. Basically, I want to show you some beautiful trend lines from Borak here. The blue trend line here, in my view, that's the golden trend line. And we are breaking above here. We did come from a long way down here, tagged it, and then we were in this bullish golden channel here. Broke out, tested again, and this is what I like the most here, that beautiful, you know, recharging here. And then we break. That's a very, very strong indication that this one has a lot of room to run. This Pepe meme coin right there. Borak, again here with Tesla, showing you this green potential mega bull flag or mega bullish channel, I think. And but we have broken that blue uptrend here, so that's not ideal. So the main blue is broken, but we're definitely finding support. And short term, we have an inverted head and shoulders here, but we also have a bear flag. So we're definitely having bulls and bears fighting here. But I think Tesla is up 4% today, so that's quite nice. Intelligent investing here, again, same thing here with Tesla. We have that inverted head and shoulders, and we're breaking out and retesting here. But again, you can also add that trend line coming up here. And then you have actually kind of also a bearish channel. Still in a downtrend, but definitely that is a start for Tesla, finding some support. Bob Lucas. Stocks are now in a weekly cycle topping area. It was a fabulous run. Holy shit, he is correct that the move here, late 2023 and up, amazing, really. But all things ebb and flow, and that's absolutely true. You know, nothing goes in a straight line, and we will. I agree here that we could come in for a pullback into retesting that all-time high and just to reset everything. It's quite overheated at the moment, but again, the market can go on for a longer time that we might think. Borg here with Kavana. I just want to show you, this is a very old. This is from this is roughly 9 months old. Setup here for Borg. Again, this is, in my view, the long-term golden trend line, and we are breaking here. And you know, Kavana, I think it's up, I will say 1,000%, but at least 500 ever since that break retest, and it just went on and on and on. I think we're up here actually, above somewhere here, and this is on log scale. So definitely, you know, when these long-term trend lines break, they can run big time. Great call by Burak. Great call. Trend spotter here, GOG, so that's Google or Alphabet. Breaking down here, retest, and if we start to make a new lower low, we are, you know, in a retest resumption confirmation here for Google. I don't know what it did today, but still for now it is fighting quite a bit here. It's not over yet, obviously. The uptrend is still very strong, but definitely one to watch. And then I posted this one here. This is the commodities. This is just, you know, this was the first inflation wave, and now we're just bull flagging here. And at some point in time, from a probability point of view, we are breaking higher, and that's when you see the second wave of inflation. Also over here, when it broke, that's when gold went up, you know, 3.5 times. And so again, here I expect, you know, before we break here, I think gold will sniff it out. It usually does, and then we will have yet another wave of inflation. So that is all, guys, for me. A bit of a longer recap, but we went through some charts and all that good stuff here. The precious metals getting hammered a bit here today. Bitcoin strong, very strong, and yeah, that's all really, guys. Have a great evening, and we will see you in the next one, guys. Bye.